Thank you for showing up. Whether this is the first session that you've showed up to live or you've been here every week, know that it is incredible to even take one day or 1 hour each month to just tune in to yourself and your body. So thank you for coming first and foremost. And tonight we are focusing on the meridians. So in my teacher trainings, meridian theory and the sessions we do on energy lines in our body are always the most exciting because we as humans love to learn about ourselves and know about ourselves, and this is a really cool and fascinating way to understand yourself from a different perspective. So here's how tonight will work. I'll take you through a series of poses. Each of the poses will target a different energy line in your body, a different meridian or channel that flows through your body. When I put you in each of those shapes, I will tell you or ask you to reflect on some physical and emotional questions related to that energy line, and then that shape does the work for you. I won't talk at all the rest of the shape. So I've given you a Moby playlist that's really spectacular for this. If you can play that, please do that now. And yeah, the real work here is to just give yourself permission to slow down, right? To slow down, to recharge, to listen, and to practice. And not listen to me and my lectures and my voice, but rather to listen to your body and the cues and messages that it has in store for you. Like they're all there waiting to tell you, but you have to stop and pause to hear it. So that's the point. That's the purpose, is to find a little harmony through the chi flow in our body and to listen really intently to what's going on. We'll start in child's pose. Okay, so go ahead and lie down on your yoga mat. If you haven't grabbed some props already, go ahead and grab some blankets or bolsters, whatever you have. And come onto your mat. Take your knees about mat distance apart. If that feels uncomfortable, take a blanket and slide a blanket underneath your ankles or your kneecaps. Now begin to drape your torso to the floor. And if it doesn't get to the floor, then take your blanket and place your blanket out in front of you so your blanket can catch you instead. Either ear can come to the earth, or maybe your forehead. Relax into your shoulders, bend at your elbows. So in a yang class, our elbows would be really strong and extended. Using a timer tonight so I don't hold you anywhere too long. And so you cozy into this first shape, this shape called child's pose. And when you get here, I'd like you to drive your awareness into your lower back. This pose is stimulating your kidney and your urinary bladder energy line. When this line in our body is balanced, we feel really connected to a deep wisdom or a deep knowing. We feel very confident and fearless. And when it's off balance, it can lead to a chronic sense of fear and anxiety. And this often manifests itself physically in a really weak immune system. But it's also related to reproductive issues like infertility. And so as you settle here in this pose, we'll be here for 5 full minutes. I'd like you to ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What am I afraid of right now? And just notice what comes up. What am I afraid of right now? And now ask yourself, what wisdom do I have to debunk or overcome that fear? You know, my son, he's 3.5, he's afraid of the dark. So we put a nightlight in his room and now he's fine. Think like a child. What is the most simple solution to overcome that fear? And then take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide. Exhale, soften into the stretch. Relax your joints, your tissues, your muscles. And let the work happen without you having to do anything but listen. I'll let you know when your time here is up. When you're halfway there, take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide, exhale. Sink a little bit deeper. Relax your lips, your jaw. You might turn your head to the opposite direction if that feels nice. Take 3 more deep breaths here. In through your nose, breathe in that wisdom, and out through your mouth, breathe out that fear. And now nice and slow, lift your body up, move things around however you'd like to. And find your way onto all fours. This next stretch will stimulate your liver and gallbladder energy line. Take your right knee and drive your right knee behind your right wrist for sleeping swan. Meanwhile, extend your left leg back in one long line. Hip connects to knee, connects to ankle. Either stay upright or drape your torso down to a prop or maybe the floor. If this causes any pain, lean onto your right hip, bend into your left knee so that right foot grazes the inner left thigh, and fold down to anywhere that gives you sensation or stretch in your outer right hip. Your liver energy line, this river that flows through your body, is your center of anger and compassion. So when it's off balance, we might feel full of rage, full of anger. You know, I know there are certain times where things are very scattered in my own life, where I react really rapidly. Rush hour traffic, when that used to be a thing, was a great example of kind of trialing how your liver energy balance or imbalance was. You know, can you be in rush hour while running late without freaking out and screaming at the cars around you? Or can you be in rush hour and just breathe? Find compassion, knowing that everyone's in the same jam, literally. And so when this part of your body is off balance, we start to suffer with our digestive systems, with an overarching sense of insecurity. And then there's things like poor vision and brittle nails that manifest when our liver energy line is off balance. And it's deeply impacted by the things we consume, especially alcohol. So as you lie here in this shape, can you ask yourself, what makes me angry? Or who makes me angry? And for the next 3 minutes in this pose, can you visualize those things and those people and send them compassion instead of rage? Find a way to turn the rage into compassion. It's just an exercise. I'll let you know when your time here is up. Really good. Take 3 more breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Patiently walk your hands in towards your body. Lean your weight onto your right hip. Bring that left leg forward. Move any props out to the side and come to lie down on your back. Lie flat on your back. Let your feet splay wide, just like Shavasana. Place your hands on your tummy and just listen. Roll yourself up the way you would on a Sunday morning. It's really slow. Place your left leg forward and extend your right leg back. Find sleeping swan or pigeon pose on the other side. Any amount of angle on your left shin is okay. You can place your prop under your left hip to support you if you're falling over. And now melt down either to the floor, to your forearms, or maybe to your prop. And for the next 3 minutes here, your work is to feel compassion in your body. Where do you feel compassion? One more minute here. Take a breath in. Soften a little deeper. And allow 3 more breaths to cruise through your body. 3 more breaths to move through your body. This time, just wiggle your way out of the pose, however you need to get there, and come onto your stomach. Come onto your stomach, a few moments to feel and listen here. From your stomach, lift up onto your forearms into Sphinx variation, just so that you can watch what I'm demoing here. And I'll show you on the ground as well as against the wall. This next pose is called Broken Wing. So in a moment, you'll lie flat on your tummy again and open both arms out to either side. Relax into your feet. And with my right arm down flat on the floor, I will push into my left hand and roll onto the inside of my right shoulder. When I get here, I can keep my legs stacked or bend my left knee to support. I can also take my blanket under my ear if it's not quite reaching the floor. The final variation or intensification of this pose is to stretch your upper arm towards your bottom arm. Broken wing. So go ahead, lie down flat onto your yoga mat. I'll show you again against the wall. Spread both arms out wide like wings. Press into your left hand. Start to roll onto the inside of your right shoulder. Those left fingers can continually press into the earth. Your right ear can touch the floor or blanket. And if you'd like, your top arm can reach up and over. When you get here, take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide. Exhale, soften. We're only here for 2 minutes. This is way more intense. And we're stimulating an energy line that runs along that inner shoulder down towards your belly, your stomach. This is where the center of worry and peace live energetically in our bodies. I went to university with this young fella who was told that he never had to do exams in the same room because he got so anxious he would have to go poo. His worry just stewed in his digestive system, and you're not allowed to leave during the exams back then. So he would have his own private room with a little bathroom where he could do his exams. There's a very real connection between what's happening in terms of our weight, in terms of our sleep, in terms of our levels of peace and clarity, and worry and anxiety. So take a moment here, you just have 1 minute left, to think about what you're worried about. Just for 1 minute. What are you worried about? Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide and exhale. Roll flat back onto your stomach. Take your arms anywhere that feels good. Be still or move, whatever you need here. That's a lot of deep work in more yang tissues, your shoulders. 5 breaths. And now let's move on to the other side. So open your arms wide, lie flat on the floor. This time keep your left arm extended. Push into your right hand and start to roll your chest open. So that same action on the other side. You are in the driver's seat. Don't take it too far. Your legs can be stacked, or maybe you use one leg as a kickstand. Your right hand can stay on the floor or outstretch overhead. So I'm just demoing on the wall to help, but we're doing this on the floor. Rolling into the shape. I find a blanket under my ear is absolutely essential here. Once you land in the shape, take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. So the opposing force of worry in this stomach energy base in your body is clarity or peace. And now that you know you've become clear with what gives you worry or anxiety, can you answer, what brings me peace? What brings me clarity? What do you do before that public speaking engagement or that great presentation or pressing the send button on a communication you're really anxious about? What do you do to bring you back down to earth, to ground you? Maybe it's just a deep breath, a hot cup of tea, reading a book of poems. What brings you peace? 3 more breaths here. Unravel your body, take a moment back down in your tummy, just simmer in this shape, lying flat, feeling, feeling, feeling. Now take your time to come and lie down on your back. Bring a folded blanket with you. You may or may not use it. And as you come to lie down on your back, shift your hips as far over to the left edge of your mat as you can. And lie down on the left, right along the left lateral line of your yoga mat. And then start to walk both feet over to the lower right corner of your yoga mat. And cross your right ankle over your left. Notice how that feels. Cross your left ankle over your right. Notice how that feels. As we start to stretch up along the lateral line of our body, up into our lungs. Take your arms up overhead and move your whole head, neck, and torso towards the upper right corner of your mat. So now you're creating a boomerang or C shape with your body. Either keep your hands separate, bent at the elbows, and relax your arms. Or take your left wrist into your right hand and pull ever so slightly just to begin before you let that hand and arm relax. An alternative option is to catch opposite elbows. I physically can't even do this and get my shoulders down away from my ears. So try all these different iterations and variations with your arms until you find one that feels right. This pose will stimulate your lungs and your large intestine energy line. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth wide, exhale. When this energy line is off balance in your body, it's often related to feelings of grief or loss or insecurity. When it's in balance, there's a feeling of comfort and courage. A disharmonious lung and large intestine energy line might manifest physically in terms of respiratory issues, coughs and colds, in terms of allergies, or maybe chronic feelings of numbness, depression, sadness. And so take a moment here to ask yourself, what am I grieving? And this doesn't need to be about death. It might be. You know, I'm grieving my newborn baby's absence of friends for an entire year. My social relationships, loss. Where do you feel at loss? What are you grieving? You're halfway there. Take a big breath in. Exhale, relax the muscles in your body. Close your eyes, let your jaw soften and sink in. 2 more minutes here. Take 3 more breaths. Patiently move your body back through neutral. Bend into both knees and step your feet mat distance apart while you recenter your pelvis in the middle of your yoga mat. Let your knees fall in towards one another. Place your hands on your stomach and feel. Press back into your feet. Lift up your hips. Move your hips to the edge of the right long side of your yoga mat. Straighten out your legs. Walk your feet over towards the lower left corner of your yoga mat. Perhaps cross one or the other ankle. And likewise with your arms, stretch them up overhead. Shift your head, your neck, and your shoulders over towards the upper left corner of your yoga mat. Either take opposite elbows with your hands, let your arms relax in that goalpost shape, or catch your right wrist with your left hand and tug ever so slightly to drive your body a bit deeper into the shape. Once you've found a place where there's a big shearing, a big stretch along your side body, up into your armpit, even across your chest, take a deep breath in. And exhale, soften the muscles that are being targeted here. If there's pain in your lower back, slip a blanket in that gap between your lower back and the floor. And take the next few moments here to think about how you have been courageous in the face of that grief that you just explored. How have you been courageous in the face of that grief? What have you done? What are you doing? And maybe is there something else that a little courage could help you do to move away from a place of numbness and into a place of confidence and of clarity? Take rest here. One more minute, stay with it, stay with your breath. Three more breaths here. Drift your body back through neutral, bend into both knees. Step your feet mat distance apart and allow your knees to fall into each other as you place your hands somewhere on your body and feel. Or roll over onto either side and please press yourself up to seated. Take your blanket. If you have a bolster, use a bolster. If you have a pillow might do. And create a bolster basically with your blanket, okay? So you're folding it into as thick of a shape as you can. We will use this to support our spine as we come down into my favorite yoga pose on earth called heart bed. You're in your home, so you might want to go and collect extra props for this, but I'll show you where we're headed. With your blanket extended out behind you, again, it's a few inches high, and if it doesn't get that high, fold up your yoga mat, roll up your yoga mat, take your yoga mat behind you and drape your blanket over top of it, okay? And catch the edge of your blanket with the pant line of your body as you start to fold down. This is where having an extra pillow or blanket can be really nice under your head or your neck. You could even add a block here. So there's an arch in my lower back. Option one with your feet is to keep your feet wide and your knees bent. Option two, extend your legs, feet flopping out to either side. And option three is to take the soles of your feet together in a butterfly pose variation and allow your knees to float open to either side. You can absolutely place blocks or blankets or pillows underneath your thighs here for support. Your hands and your arms will project out away from your body with your palms turning up towards the sky. Take another moment to finalize this shape using blankets and mats and pillows, whatever you have hanging around. And then tuck your chin in towards your chest, close your eyes, and take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out all your air through your mouth. Let your body surrender and soften over your props. Let go of all effort. Your heart energy line, which runs across the top of your chest, is very clearly your center of love and hate. Hate is a very strong word. But for just a few moments, can you ask yourself and reflect honestly on who or what you feel hatred towards? Notice faces of people, energies of people, textures of items, feelings of experiences. It can be something mundane like the sound of nails scratching on a blackboard. Or something very, very real. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth like you're a dragon breathing out fire, like you're breathing out all of those feelings of hate, all of those sounds and tastes and textures and faces that cause you that unease. And now I'd like you to think about love. First, think about the foods that you love, the drinks that you love, the experiences that you love, the touch or smell of someone or something that you love. And finally, the people or pets or lived experiences that burst your heart open with joy. Set an intention here to give and receive love. And imagine that you were holding a bow and arrow like an archer. And that arrow is love, pure love. That arrow is your intention. Pull back your bowstring and shoot that arrow to the world, maybe to one person or to one place. Maybe it comes right back into your own body. Shoot that intention of love out. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide, exhale, soften here for a few more moments, swimming in this pool of love you've created. If your mind has wandered, go back to that love, that intention of giving and receiving love. Without giving it much thought, can you slowly, slowly find your way up to a cross-legged seat? We will close tonight with 10 minutes of seated silent meditation. Feel free to sit on the edge of your bolster or blanket. Your spine is tall and your palms are face down, with your eyelids soft. Sit, be still, feel, and listen. I'll let you know when your meditation is complete. Please keep your eyes closed. Take your hands so slowly and hover your hands over your heart center. Notice if you can feel a magnetic attraction, a buzzing, a tingling, a simple connection between your hands and the heart beneath your skin. Think about love. Think about the people that you love and that love you. The foods that you love. The movements that you love. And allow your focus as you move through the forthcoming week to exaggerate the things that you love. Highlight the positive moments. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide, exhale completely. Plant your hands together at heart center. You can sing Om or listen. Inhale. Thank you for practicing. Keep practicing. Namaste.